days since you've been gone. I go out and make believe you won't be gone too long. Run up and catch the bus, almost miss it again. A window seat and I watch the world rolling by. It only takes a moment for the show to begin. A big dog is walking the man, got a big bag to fill. And shots eyes on the corner, drinking a gin. Not a worry in the world until she gets to the end. Always gave your best, you did. Haven't smoked in years, but I still want a cigarette. All the things and all the things we did. The park band's back to say the first time we got lit. It only takes a moment for the show to begin. Open up the curtains and the two of us fell in. Woke up at the bus stop, let more people in. I wish that we could get back together again. Yeah. Sometimes when I think about us, looking at the photograph, tell you I don't wanna get you out of my head. I wish that I could bring you back. You know, I want you back. Wake up and count the days since you've been gone. I go out and make believe you won't be gone too long. I run up and catch the bus, almost miss it again. The window seat and I watch the whole world rolling by. Sometimes when I think about us, we're looking in the photograph. If I could only bring you out of my head, I wish that I could get you back.
Let's check this microphone over here.
I feel like my head's on fire. Feel like I'm frozen. Yes, I'm taking the long way.
No, they gotta be.
Brother, you took a shortcut. Oh, I feel like I'm drowning.
Hello, everybody. Got a little bit better? All right. 1, 2.
I'm taking the long way. Yeah, you took a shortcut.
All right, everybody. How we doing? Sound pretty good out there now still? We're doing well? It is, everyone. How we doing? We're live. We're doing right there. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Tik, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, all of them. Dispensary guy live from Dank Dispensary. Nick from Fernway. Ryan from Fernway, we got here. Let's get some people up here to talk. Yeah, you're not even on yet. Sit down there. We'll use you as a test subject here. How about that? We're going to do that. We'll do this here. Look at this. I got company with me today. How we doing? Yeah, how about that? Why don't you see what you got there? Hold on.
How's it going today, guys? Welcome to the poetry competition.
Courtesy of Fernway, Dank Poet. Fern 20 tour.
Stop here. I'd say probably the most penalty not using the stop.
I think you're good there, right? Can we hear you out there on the speaker out there? Can you hear me?
All good, all good.
Excellent. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, so why don't you tell us about what you've been up to here?
So we've been running the Fern 20.
I mean, it is a great turnout here. We got a bunch of people here tuned in online. We got a bunch of people in shop, I guess. Here, you know, you've been having a good time all around. We've seen you all around New Jersey and a couple other states, right? I mean,
I've been running around nonstop. If you've been out on the road in the north, you've probably bumped into me at this point, and it's been about 2 months for me now, so it's good to see all the smiling faces out and about on these stops.
it's a great thing to see all the good times and good vibes happening all over there.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Anything new going on with Fernway?
With Fernway, we've got the Americano out right now, which I'd say, to me, this has been one of the biggest things in the vape space, next to your live resins, live rosins, and everything. Because in all of my years smoking vapes and smoking cannabis, I never in my life would have assumed or would have thought that we'd be getting a coffee flavored cartridge. And to me, as a coffee fiend, I'd say it was right on the mark. Yeah, it was spot on with like a latte, sweet type of a flavor. Effects were nice, warm, mellow, the good buzzy head high, nice euphoricness to it. So, to me, one of our better drops recently, and that's coming from a strain guy. I specifically smoke usually our strain stuff. Strawberry, the Alpine strawberry, and that Americano. They've really been hitting.
Yeah, I saw the Americano drop, and everybody knows I'm a coffee fiend, so I can't wait to get my hands on that. And
It's a good one, and today's the day to get it. For sure.
Absolutely. Here at Dank, you're running sales all day. It's a great thing. It's
Running the buy one, get one 42% off. If there's a day to buy Fernway, today's the day.
Absolutely. You hear that, everybody in line? Absolutely.
Come on out.
We love to see it. Awesome. Very cool. So we're gonna thank you so much for stopping by.
Appreciate you.
We love it. Absolutely.
Glad I got to join you today.
You know it. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Let's see who else
Thank
we got
you.
here. Oh, there's Chris. There we go. Chris Caruso from the Dank Poet. Let's see if we can drag him over here. How's the sound, everybody? We all right?
Sounds good.
You sound good. Excellent. You
Yep.
sound good there. You should sound good. If you want, you can throw those on, but you can't really hear what's going on out there. Yeah, exactly. That's you right there.
Black. Okay.
The
cool.
black one, yeah?
Sounds good.
Absolutely. So there we go.
Nice.
There he is. Chris. I
Dank
saw
Poet.
you, oh God, how long ago was it?
3 years.
3 years ago I saw you, and now here we are.
Yep. It was good.
You told me you were gonna have me by your shop, you were gonna have me broadcasting, and
And here we are. It took
Here
a
we
few
are, man.
years, but we got it going. So yeah.
I love it. Congratulations so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad we could come out for an event like this. It's really an amazing thing. So why don't you tell me a little bit more about what you got going on here today?
Sure. Tonight we had our first poetry contest in reading. Dank Poet. I figured, being the name is poet, we should probably have some poetry contests going on. So tonight we have our finalists for the first poetry contest reading, sponsored by Fernway, and we're looking to, in a few moments, get them up here, get to hear their poems. We're picking the winner tonight. Displaying everything, and I'm just really excited to finally get to do something creative in my field, and playing off of my years of teaching, getting artists out here and doing some creative words. So I'm really looking forward to this tonight.
Yeah, you've always said that, and we've always talked about that. And to see you, like, I saw the poetry contest come up, and I was like, oh man, that's great. It's good to see. You know, it's a natural fit.
One of many. Hopefully we'll have a second one coming roughly September, so we're going to try and increase these as time goes on and get more and more people involved in the arts and the community and the poetry and the
It's
dank.
getting people through the door of the dispensary, bringing
Yeah.
them in, show them that, it's a beautiful space, it's a good time.
And it's more than just selling weed. It's about community and the arts and creativity and bringing people together, which was really what I wanted when this idea started years and years ago, for a dispensary. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. I'm nervous. I got the little shakes going on.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
not even reading, so.
Yeah, no, it's no problem. I'm sure all the people here are professionals and they get it done. But it's just an amazing event. So thankful when we can get people out sitting. We had a group of people here ready to watch this, and you spread that green love and give back to the community. You've always said that you wanted to come to Washington and give back and make a difference.
And I think this is a good way to do that. This is a good way to show that in the store, it's more than just selling weed. It's a community event, but also at the same time, bringing people together and giving people the chance to express themselves and present the way they see the world through their own language. So that's what made me excited and really happy to be a part of this and be able to judge this and read all the entries we got in and stuff.
Yeah, I got a big list of all the judges here.
Yes, it's quite a few.
Quite a few here we got. Let's see what we got here. There you go. We got Cassie Kilmartin.
Yep, from Anthology and MPX.
And MPX, and Dylan Barrick.
Fernway, yep.
Yep, Kate. We know Kate.
We all
Juliana.
know Kate, yep.
Absolutely. Jessica Riley, Shover.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Caruso. So what did you guys do to come up with how you decided who you were going to have in the contest?
I think the big thing was real simple. You had to be 21 and a Jersey resident. I think we kept it really simple. Other than that, so everyone could be included. Obviously, you had to be allowed to get into the store to do the reading.
Yeah.
So
of course.
21, and then the practicality of, commuting from out of state didn't seem that possible. So we wanted to keep it not so much exclusive, but realistic for those that are involved and being part of it can actually be here to celebrate afterwards when they were nominated or they made the finalists, to actually be recognized for their work and stuff like that. So that was about it. Otherwise, it was pretty much like everything we do, just kind of, let's do it, let's go with it.
Right? Absolutely, dude. Chris, that's kind of how you roll, man. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, it popped on and off. I don't know what they got going on over there. We're going to keep moving. I'm not worried about it. We're good. It's the live studio audience that doesn't get to see it there, unfortunately. They'll try to fire that up. Yeah, but so yeah, we're looking forward to it. I think we have all the artists here, right?
I believe one's missing, but
one's
not
missing.
gonna be able to make it tonight, but everyone else is here, yeah.
We're going to start here in a couple of minutes. That's awesome. We got a bunch of people hanging out in Instagram land and stuff like that. We love to see it. Everybody's reaching out and saying hi. It's really a great time, Chris.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Thank you for being here, and I thank everyone who came, entered the contest. You made it successful, and taking the chance to come out here, I really appreciate it. So thank you all for everyone watching. Thank you for my partners who agreed to be a part of this business and help this grow and support my crazy ideas with things. I appreciate it too. So thank you all. And I guess should I let Sonia and Deb speak?
I think absolutely. Well, whoever wants to come up, I can. They can do that. But yeah, so here we are at the Dank Poet Dispensary. We're live, getting it done at the inaugural first ever poetry reading. All right, live from the Dank Poet here. You want to stop in Washington? Here we are. We have Sonia stop by. Let's get her up. There we go. Well, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Is that me?
That's you.
That's me. Hey.
Hello. How are you?
So I would be happy to introduce our first speakers if you'd like.
That would be fantastic.
Fantastic.
I love that.
So our first poet I'm looking right at is Christian Parisi. So we'd like to introduce him.
I love it. I
And
love it.
We'll chat. We'll have you chat.
Yep.
All right.
You stay right there.
I'm going to stay right here. All right. And so Christian we'd like to have you chat about what inspired you to not just participate in the contest, but what had you inspired to write the poem.
Sure.
All right?
I would love to talk
So,
about
yeah. And then I'm actually going to leave you to it.
Yeah, do you want to sneak by?
Yeah.
Testing.
Gotta make sure you're in focus here. Absolutely.
You let
There
me
we
know.
are. There you go. We look fantastic there.
You too, man.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah. Did you, Sonia, I introduced you. I was fixing the cameras. Fourth wall break. We
Yeah.
really
All
don't
good.
care about that. So I'm so happy to have poetry in the Dank Poet. Want you start us off? Or?
Yeah, sure.
You
So
all set?
I thought the same thing. My name's Christian Parisi. I'm a local filmmaker here. In Phillipsburg I live, but I love to drive out here to Washington to come to the Dank Poet because it is obviously such a cool dispensary. The aesthetic, the people behind the counter are awesome and welcoming, and the owner, Chris, is a former English teacher who I've been trying to get a hold of to talk about how to get back into writing. And then in my inbox one day, I got an email about a poetry contest that he was writing. So long story short, I took the only poem that I've written in the past 15 years, because it's kind of something I got away from, and I submitted it, and this has just been a huge opportunity to break into something that may have become a point of fear in my life, and I think we should all thank Chris for that, just kind of spreading art through the community. So this poem is called Finding Creativity. It's about kind of losing touch with maybe your younger self and doing everything you can to find your way back. Finding creativity. I lost my creativity. I thought the fault was mine. An app for every moment. How could I miss the signs? I lost my creativity, immersed. I failed to look. The magic I would give away, the things my iPhone took. I lost my creativity. You may have done the same. We never miss a moment now. We talk about the game. I lost my creativity, my phone strapped to my wrist. I say, nope, I haven't seen that, but I'll put it on my list. We lost our creativity, but it needn't be this way. Find who you were meant to be by heeding what I say. Finding creativity, it starts with stepping back with gratitude for what you have instead of what you lack. Finding creativity means acting like a fool. With fearlessness, you must become the kid you were in school. Finding creativity, discomfort you'll invite. Be brave and bold and different as you walk into the night. Find your creativity in the woods or in a book, but never let them go again, the things your iPhone took. Thanks.
Fantastic. That's awesome.
Thank you.
It really hits me with media today, with everything else.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so hard to unplug and everything else, and it's just, that's fantastic. I love it. That's my first time hearing it. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Very cool.
It's my first time reading it aloud to a crowd, so thank you all for listening.
When did you write that?
When?
You said you picked an old poem. I was
No,
just
yeah,
kinda
so I
wondering-
hadn't written poetry like whatever since I was like a teenager, and then World of Warcraft came out, and I got an iPhone, and that helped me get into photography, yes, but it also derailed almost like my whole life and my attention span, and I'm super into mindfulness, meditation, and reading, and this poem was about kind of my journey reconnecting with all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, that was great. Very cool. So we're going to bring up our next artist that's here. Sonia, do you want to introduce them, or why don't you come back up here? See what we got. There we go. Go try that out there. How's that?
Are we good?
I think so. Yeah. Let's go with it.
I'm going to make our third partner, Deb, do the next one after this.
Oh, I love that.
All right. First of all, I also want to remind everybody to go to dankpoet.com/contest. You can read all of the 5 poems of the finalists and vote for your favorite one. Every dollar that you donate equals 1 vote, and the person who gets the most donations wins, and that money goes to the Balanced Veterans Network, which assists veterans in finding alternatives to PTSD, which includes cannabis. So they really support veterans that are dealing with some really trying times, and alternative therapies. Also, yoga and cannabis they do a lot with. and really supporting. They also take care of people's medical marijuana costs. Great organization, so please go out there and vote for your favorites. So let's see, let's talk to Jim Lowen next. All right, so we're going to introduce Jim Lowen.
All right.
And have him, if you don't mind, we're going to ask you a little bit to talk about what inspired you to not just participate in this contest, but what had inspired you to write the poem. All right?
All right, that's a,
Did you bring it with you to read
I
it?
did bring it with me.
Okay.
It's all folded up though.
It's all good. Take your time, Jim.
Hi, I'm Jim Lowen from Somerville, and I wrote hundreds of poems, hundreds of years ago. In fact, I wrote this one in 1993. So I couldn't recall what inspired me, but it's called Blades of Grass and Simple Ben. And I love writing poems. I would have to say my inspiration is like Ogden Nash and Shel Silverstein. So it's usually on the lighter side.
I still read Shel Silverstein, my daughter.
Read a lot to my kids, who are this old now. So jump into it. Better. Blades of Grass and Simple Men. Blades of grass and simple men are really only simple when mowed or trampled underfoot, complacent in their staying put. But those to the edge or with backs to the wall can find the space and the strength to grow tall. And when they do, they seed and flower with life anew within their power. A blade of grass I am, I tell, tall and green and rooted well, swept by winds but never broken, and what I take is but a token. But what I'll leave when I do pass will be a perfect field of grass, wild and free, and skyward reaching, ever learning, ever teaching. Thank you.
Fantastic, Jim. I love it. That's awesome. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're just a true professional. Thank you so much. Awesome. Very good.
And this place is great. It's a little bit out of my way, but
Yeah. So what? How did you run across it? Like, how did you find the Dank Poet? Let's start. Let's ask you. How did you find the Dank Poet?
I met Sonia. She came down to some functions down in Somerset County, and I had to turn the favor and come up here and enjoy this spot.
It's a lovely spot, isn't it?
So, I mean, I can order online and then run up here and pick it up, but it's great.
It's fantastic, Jim. Thank you so much for joining the contest. Give one more time for Jim. All right, I believe we're going to embarrass Deb now. We're going to have her come up and no, I'm just kidding. Deb's a professional. She's been helping me out all day long, getting me out here. Yeah, you could stand. You could do whatever you'd like. It's all good.
All right, sounds good.
You sound fantastic. Everybody can hear Deb, right? She sounds good out there.
All
We love
right.
it. So, Deb, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Dank Poet. Come on.
All right, so I'm one of the partners with Chris and Sonia, and I'm the chief operating officer. So I handle like the facilities, the operations, but my favorite thing are the community events that we do.
Absolutely, right?
Like this. And I really find this so inspiring, and I'm hoping that everybody watching and everybody here in the dispensary is feeling inspired to find your own way to be creative.
Right.
So we find that, we call our customers authors because they're writing their story with cannabis, and we call our bud tenders muses because they help you write your story with cannabis. So I hope that you are inspired to continue your story with cannabis and whatever really gives you passion.
Absolutely. We say
Yeah.
get out there and like just whatever you get passionate about, just do it.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Don't be scared to go out there and start.
Yeah,
Take the first step.
risks. That's
right?
what it's all about. Live.
Absolutely. That's
And,
what a lot of this
experience your
journey,
journey.
a lot of this journey in cannabis is about taking risks for a lot of people. We take a lot of risks on a daily basis just with what we're doing.
That's right.
And
Absolutely.
so it's good to expand and also relax and get something down on paper or on video or however you choose to do it on canvas and
Yeah, and hopefully, cannabis can, the consumption of cannabis can help inspire you. And get those
Absolutely.
creative juices flowing as well, right?
Absolutely. We're all about that. You know that
Yeah.
we'd like to explore that journey.
Yeah, and with that being said, I would love to introduce our next poet, Chelsea Duchamin. Come on up, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
I will switch places with you.
There we go. We're going to have Chelsea come up and take a seat and get ready to read. Remember, go to dankpoet.com to vote. All the proceeds going to good cause, veterans, and everything
Chelsea,
else.
if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to write your
And there we are. We have Chelsea up here. Hi.
Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea. How you doing? Good to
Good,
see
how are
you.
you?
I'm fantastic.
Great.
Absolutely. So they threw you up here, obviously. So
No, yeah. I mean, so what inspired me was I saw the prompt, honestly. I'm a loyal customer to Dank Poet. I love this place. I would not sleep if I didn't have Dank Poet in my life. So, yeah, I just saw the contest, and I've been writing poems, short stories, any and all. That's my go-to kind of creative outlet. And, yeah, I've been writing poems for probably close to 30 years. So I wrote this specifically for this contest.
okay. Well,
The theme being elevation of self. So that was inspiring to me. I've been through, haven't we all, but I've been through some stuff and this theme kind of spoke to me. So out came my poem yesterday.
that's awesome. Well, here we go. Here's Chelsea with her poem.
All right, so yesterday, I was a ghost in my own body, lost in the fog of what I couldn't name. But I learned to carve my path with jagged steps, to dance with the darkness without being consumed. I am a broken silhouette, stitched together with quiet resolve. I faced the hollow echoes, looked into the deep, aching places where grief resides. I dug my fingers into a raw, unseen pain, then pulled myself out from beneath its crushing weight. I've learned to listen to the quiet hum of what I'm becoming, not the noise of what I was. The mirror never speaks, but I see myself in the way the river carves through stone, slow, relentless, a force. I'm not who I was yesterday. I'm clearer, a reflection forged not in perfection, but in the fire of constant becoming.
That's fantastic. So how does cannabis help you in your journey here?
Cannabis, it depends on the strain, I guess, but sometimes it's super inspiring, and I can't shut my brain off, and I do just go to my notepad on my phone and start writing, or I pass out immediately. So it's a roll of the dice with that, but yeah,
Absolutely.
I
Well-
definitely find some creativity there.
Well, thank you for so much for sharing your creativity
Yeah,
with
thank
everyone
you.
in the Dank Poet here.
Yeah, thanks to Dank Poet for hosting this. It's
Right?
great, yeah.
It's awesome. It's a great event to have people
Yeah.
be able to come out
For sure.
and share this.
Oh, I do have another one. Yeah, if
Please,
you'd like
please,
to.
absolutely. That's what we're all about. She's going to go grab another, Chelsea's going to go grab another poem over there. Give us a second. So, yeah, while we're standing here, if you like this, remember, like and subscribe, Dispensary Guys. Shameless plug. All your favorite socials. So you got to do what you got to do. But if I can't do this, then I can't bring this to you. And if you don't like it, follow. Then the people that are trying to make me better aren't gonna appreciate it. So we need to get those numbers up. It's what it is. Chelsea is back. See how painless that was? 30 seconds. You just got
Back
to deal with
again.
it. 20 seconds is all it was.
She's back.
Chelsea is here. She's going to share another wonderful poem with us whenever she is ready.
Okay,
Chelsea.
so I actually wrote this today. I was called to ask to supply a little bit more, so I tried to deliver. So this is called Magic Misplaced, and it's kind of about the struggle and duality of parenthood, motherhood specifically, my perspective. So here is Magic Misplaced. In the quiet hours, when shadows stretch long and the weight of the world settles like a blanket, I walk the thin line between weariness and wonder, holding the echoes of dreams and the laughter of children in my troublesome heart. They are the magic I misplaced, the stardust flung into the night, reminding me of who I once was, a conjurer of joy before the weight of responsibilities pulled me into depths, a tangle of to-do lists and unspoken fears. Each moment I lose in the chaos of their needs is a reminder that I am both vessel and tide, carrying burdens while dancing in the waves of their delight. Yet amidst the chaos, there are sunlit whispers, tiny hands clutching mine, eyes sparkling with innocence, teaching me that joy can bloom even in hardened soil. The laughter is the South, brightening the dim corners where darkness lingers. I carry the weight, both heavy and light, of love that binds and breaks, of days that stretch endlessly. And yet, in those fleeting moments, the sparkle of a new word, the sweetness of a child's new understanding, I find my wings. The duality of motherhood, a tapestry woven with struggle, each thread a moment of loss and joy intertwined, reminding me that in the heart of every mother's child, there is still magic to be found.
Oh, that one hits home there. I got a little girl at home, and that just that hits home. The other day, I told her it's a simple things. We're riding in the car, and she just looks at me and she goes, I love you, and I was like, you don't understand what it's like to get in, just an I love you from nowhere, an unprompted I love you, and I explained it to her, and she couldn't understand it, but
They won't get it till later. Yeah.
that's absolutely beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome. One more time for Chelsea. How about that? Very cool. That was awesome, Chelsea. Yeah, very good. I'm not sure if we have any other announcers for the last. We have two more entries. Sony's going to come up and bail us out. We're live here, live here at the Dank Poet. Don't forget, make sure to go online, dankpoet.com. Check it out. Just a fantastic shop here. I've just always loved it up here. It's just absolutely beautiful. I could see myself settling in here. It's really nice. I like it. So yeah, 245 East Washington Street. Just a gorgeous shop. Now, how's the community been with you here, Sonia? Have they really backed up the shop? I know it's been how long? Over a year.
We opened just over a year ago.
Absolutely,
So
right?
things have been great. We've been getting a lot of support and really enjoying working with the community. And we had the last two folks had personal emergencies. So I wanted to offer to be able to read their poems so that our audience can go online and vote. This is like a telethon, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. You know it. We're live here with a telethon.
Go
So did
to-
you hear that? Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond their control, the last two entrants, Dank Poets, weren't able to, but we've got these gorgeous. Why don't you hold them up here? So in the shop here, you can see they had printed out all their poetry. And when you walk through the shop here, while you're waiting in line, they've got it all lined up. And people throughout the course of, they've been running the contest, get to read the poetry and like bring a little joy into their life while they're sitting there. Who knows? They're sitting there, they're having a bad day. They read the poem, all of a sudden, they feel a little bit better. It hits with them. So that's a really good thing.
It's all about self-expression, creativity, and enjoying the written word. So, and also, I don't know if we mentioned, but the winner gets published in Fat Nugs magazine.
Fat Nugs magazine, right?
And also, we have a very big surprise that the winning poem is going to be featured on a limited edition run of dime bags that'll only be available at Dank Poet.
What?
What?
Oh, this is breaking news. Limited edition dime bags
Limited edition dime bags named after the winning poem.
named after the winning poem. Wow.
Yes. So we're really excited about that.
So they can spread their inspiration across the state?
Yeah,
Well,
man.
the Dank Poet's going to spread across the
Yeah.
state. You know how it is, so we love
We're
that.
exploiting the winner.
No. Moving everything along.
Just kidding.
All right, Sonia,
So the first one by Sarah Jones called Devious Creations. A quiet violence sits inside my heart in silence. I aspire to shed the skin of all my desire. Above the clouds, it tastes so sweet. Everything is as a dream. So with a little green and a little flame, I'll make my heart feel whole again. It's not that deep, just go to sleep. Or let your thoughts linger too long. Come toke this piece of a vivid dream, a wild creation, devious in nature, token of a mad girl's love song. So sorry that Sarah wasn't able to make it.
Sorry, Sarah, Devious Creation by Sarah. I think you
Yes.
did a fantastic job reading.
Yeah,
That was
thank
great
you.
reading.
Thank you.
All right,
And then
what
the
do we have here?
fifth one, and see, I don't know how to pronounce this because I'm not French. La Ascension.
I've got somebody that watches the show that corrects all my pronunciation. So
Your
hold it
child?
up. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, my child. L'Ascension. I'm gonna
La
guess what?
Ascension.
L'Ascension by Gia
By
Rose.
Gia Rose.
Gia Rose, unfortunately, wasn't able to be here,
Unfortunately,
but
wasn't able to make it.
you're going to do another lovely reading here. Here's Sonia reading L'Ascension
You
by
ready?
Gia
And
Rose.
there's a lot of exclamation points. So I'm really gonna
I absolutely.
make
That's
this as
what
vivid
it's
as I
about.
can, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ascend, stone warrior, ascend to your highest eminence. Commandeer a galvanized sojourn through forests of enriched perception. We are refugees of art and insane prowess in this crystalline wilderness, inscribing far-out Iliads on withered, rolling paper, smoking joints at the rendezvous of revolution. To seek eternity in a verdant wildflower, erupting in raw mantras and natural evocations. Still exuberant as ever in steadfast aviation, surging headlong as if a storm undaunted albatross. Living mural, dance in the flames and throw off the challenge. In blurred absolution, we reserve the enigma of creation. We are mosaic mutants, thrillful of deflated obedience, psyches oozing with amorous ease. To lance, painted fervor dripping from the bounty on the elixir of life, drawing parallel lines in the sands of fleeting time, broken veins of luminescence, mystified on Kruder's night, rapture your ambition, shrouded in evergreen. Elevor en profundor. Elevor en profundor.
Sounds good. to me.
I don't know what that means in English.
I do not know people.
Elever? Do we know, Chris?
We're going to have to get another poet in.
Well, the literary
Yeah,
professor.
that's French. I don't speak it, but
Elevate.
Elevir in profundir? No.
No.
Yeah, we'll just go with.
All right, well, that was by Gia Rose. Yay.
That was fantastic, Sonia.
Yeah, was
That's
it?
awesome.
Was it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it was great. You did great.
Thank you. Should we talk a little bit about the judges?
Yeah,
And the judging process?
I think.
Did we talk about the judging process with Chris?
No, we kind of talked about. I talked with Chris and I asked him how they got into it and what they did to
Chris,
get
how did you
involved. But how did the
What were the
judging process
criteria?
go?
Oh, the criteria was I put all the poems on the wall, spun around 3 times, and just threw 3 darts. And that's how I picked my winners.
There we
Yeah,
go, folks.
throwing
Cat's out of the bag.
darts
Here's Dank Poet throwing
at
darts at a wall.
Poems. All right. No, that's not it.
That is not it at all, folks.
Yeah, come on over.
Come on in.
What we did is we looked at several criteria overall and scaled them. Things such as creativity, use of language, imagery, poetic techniques, and one of the most important one is actually your interpretation of the theme for the contest. So that's kind of were the broad outlines, and then we had a scoring system for each, a weighted scoring system to kind of compare, and then from those, our top 5 were who ended up here. There you go. That's proper language usage. So yes.
All right. That's all right. That sounds a little bit better than throwing darts at a wall.
But I mean that works too.
You know,
sometimes.
that was because everything like I talk about like with what we do with cannabis and everything else and poetry and everything else. Everything's a little bit in the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean? It's tough to pick a winner on something like that.
It is, and the one thing I'd say is anything creative, it is very subjective, but we try to make it as objective as possible by putting certain criteria. What are things that you look for? And I, as a teacher of like creative writing for a while, you look at certain things. What are things, is the idea coming across clearly? Are they presenting it in a unique way? Is the language fresh? Is the images vibrant? Does it speak to something greater than itself? Like those are the things I kind of went in looking for in myself, you know, other than the criteria. It was like, how's the experience? How do I feel this experience? And those are things that I personally look for in the poems that I picked as well, so.
That's awesome, Chris. Thank you so much.
problem, thank you.
So, you want to talk a little bit more about the veterans,
The
Sonia?
veterans, actually, Deb, I'd like
Or
for
Deb,
you
would-
to speak
would you
about the
wanna-
veterans. Deb works very closely with our organization, Balanced Veterans Network, who we have partnered with. And let's talk about what they do and why we're supporting them.
Yeah, they are a fabulous organization. As Sonia mentioned earlier, they really want to work with veterans to talk all about wellness. So cannabis is one of their main alternative therapies because, as we know, people go, overseas or they stay here and they come back with a lot of troubles and ailments, whether it's PTSD, whether it's chronic pain, whether it's stress, whether it's eating issues. Cannabis.
Absolutely. I love that. I don't think they got my last question, but they think they heard you online. I might have been muted. I was asking about opioid use and stuff like that and how they're dealing with that. So, you're giving money every month, you said?
Yes,
And-
we do. We support them monthly. And as Sonia said, the donations from the People's Choice Voting will go directly to BVN.
That's awesome.
Dankpoet.com/contest.
There we go. That's awesome.
Dankpoet.com/contest.
Dankpoet.com.
Yes. Vote. Vote early, vote often.
Vote early and vote often. That's what we like. Every vote is more money to veterans, and that's
right.
what we need.
That's right.
100% of the
supporting
voting
the
profits, right?
Supporting local arts.
That's it, and supporting local artists and
So, yeah.
community.
Yeah.
Because if we get a good response from, we're going to do this again.
we're doing it
Obviously,
So as mentioned, this, the winner is going to be published in Fat Nugs Magazine, and we're excited that I think our next
Fat Nugs
Fat Nugs
Magazine.
Magazine, the next go round, we're going to open it up to have it be national. So we're not going to limit it to just the folks in New Jersey. Of course, you'd have to be 21 and older, but we're hoping that we get a lot more voices that may not have otherwise had an outlet to share their creativity.
Yeah. So we've said the winner is going to be published in Fat Nugs. Fat Nugs
Yeah.
Magazine here isn't just in New Jersey.
No, the magazine is national, and this is their prisoner edition,
All right.
talking about the war on drugs. And also, I just wanted to real quick talk about the judges.
Please, let's talk about the
The
judges here.
professional judging sort situation.
Professional staff here we got.
Yeah, we have, the first judge is the editor-in-chief of Fat Nugs Magazine, and her name is Jessica. And what she says is she's a writer of poetry, a poet lover, cannabis aficionado, and when she's not traveling the country in a converted Ford Transit van with her husband and dog, she can be found in Taos, New Mexico, hitting the mountain trails, reading Mary Oliver, and enjoying the stunning sunsets. And what she wanted to share is a favorite quote. It is hard to pick just one of the great works of Oliver. Mary Oliver is her favorite poet. It's hard to pick just one. Here's a few lines from Have You Ever Tried to Enter the Long Black Branches? And the line goes, and who will care? Who will chide you if you wander away from wherever you are to look for your soul? Listen, are you breathing just a little, calling it a life? Meanwhile, once in a while I have chanced among the quick things upon the immutable. What more could one ask? We are not made to sit behind desks, work, sleep, and die. We are made to exist in this world, to revel in its beauty, and to make ourselves one with the natural world. And she also says the three poets she'd love to sesh with: Mary Oliver, Sarah Kay, and Sarah Teasdale. Oh, the verse that would flow through the room when the joint was lit. So that was one of our
One of the judges for the
Judges.
contest here.
Another judge, Kate Giuliano. We all
Kate.
know Kate. Wonderful Kate works with GTI, Green Thumb Industries. And she has a literary background. She was born and raised in South Philadelphia, now lives in the Philly suburbs, but lived in Salem County, Blackwood, and Palmyra during that time. She's been in cannabis since 2018, started in PA's medical marijuana market. She loves spending time at her house, which she just bought in October, and listening to music, singing, reading, writing, and exploring. Loving New Jersey's market immensely and all the relationships she's built with her operators, like Dame Poet. Plug, plug, plug. And her favorite poet is Charles Bukowski, and a favorite quote by Umberto Eco: "To survive, you must tell stories." And she says, with the world growing increasingly chaotic, writing is and has always been a solace, a sanctuary, a refuge for her, and to have the freedom and wherewithal to do it as a blessing. Millions have been persecuted for the written word. Books are still being burned and banned. It's insanity, and yet people still write as a method of survival. And the three poets she'd love to sesh with: Charles Bukowski. He'd be so busy boozing, I'd get all the weed. I've always been a little fascinated by his blunt and sometimes twisted perspective. T.S. Eliot, because The Wasteland and the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock are two of my all-time favorites. Chatting about life and perspective sounds like a plan. And John Keats, Ode to a Nightingale, is beautiful and has haunted her whole life, and would love the opportunity to tell him so. So that's Kate Giuliano.
Yeah, Kate.
And
Kate's a friend of the family. Everybody seems to know Kate. She's,
everybody knows Kate.
you know, there's some people in the industry, not to like say anything bad about anybody, but there's some people that everybody knows.
Everybody, and in a good way.
In a good way.
It's,
And
it's
Ka-
not for bad reasons.
And Kate is one of those people that's just
Yeah.
good for the industry. She's really been working hard, making strides the whole time. And who else we got here?
Cassie Kilmartin. Cassie Kilmartin is with MPX and Anthology, Ianthus, and she also has a literary background. All these folks have had some formal training in literature, literary arts, and that's why we chose them, because they are good friends of Dank Poet, but also we are aware of their background in literature, so that's why they were asked to judge. She says, my name is Cassie. I reside outside of Philly with her furry companion, Wally. This move was made to be closer to her grandparents who raised her. Growing up, they had a strict rule that if I had tattoos, piercings, and a distinct gassy odor, I would be kicked out. I think that's a dank odor. Fast forward to today, I've been working in the cannabis B2B wholesale industry for over 7 years. My grandparents have invested in weed stocks and are experimenting with tinctures and topicals. My, how times have changed. In my free time, I enjoy various activities. Hiking with Wally, geocaching, which is essentially an outdoor adult scavenger hunt, are among my favorites. Reading horror like Stephen King and dystopian novels are also passion. Additionally, relish on catching up on puzzle box TV shows such as Severance and Lost. She has a bachelor's degree in English literature. And her favorite quote, to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. By, Blake.
Miss the
Blake.
extra credit, Chris.
Blake explores the interconnectedness of nature, humanity, and the divine, warning against the corruption of innocence and the consequences of overlooking the small, seemingly insignificant acts of cruelty, while emphasizing the importance of compassion and moral responsibility. Here we go, 3 poets that she'd like to sesh with.
All right.
Edifying Thoughts of a Tobacco Smoker by Johann Sebastian Bach. Confrontation of mortality and the temporary nature of all human works. Though I love, I'm still able to read at 300 years later. Masks by Shel Silverstein tells the simple story of two wandering souls who never find each other because of their failure to show, quite literally, their true colors. And of course, William Blake. Tiger, there's a duality between beauty and ferocity, through which Blake suggests that understanding one requires an understanding of the other. So those are some really good answers there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask actually Nick to come up and read about Dylan, who was unable to meet. You know, Dylan had
Absolutely.
also had a small personal situation that prevented him from being here. And Dylan is a friend of Nick,
Yes.
a friend of Fernway.
A friend of Fernway. Lots of friends of Fernway out there. The Fernway 2.0
I was
tour.
reading, yeah, so we're going to read that section and that section and that section.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, a brief bio of Dylan is he lives in Bridgewater, New Jersey currently. His journey in cannabis started out in 2016 when he hopped in his car and drove from New Jersey to California to start a cannabis farm with two close friends. He jumped headfirst and learned everything he could, and he operated a farm until 2022 and took an opportunity to share his passion for cannabis on the East Coast with Fernway. And he stopped out in Maine before finding his home in New Jersey with Fernway, and he's got a incredibly cute and sweet dog, Bandit, and he loves going out on hikes, and he dabbles a bit in photography as well. So Dylan's very well-rounded, and let's see. His favorite quote is, his favorite quote is by Charles Bukowski, who, if you don't know him, do a little looking into him. He's an interesting read for sure. And the quote is, "We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us," by Charles Bukowski. It's a great quote, and Charles Bukowski does talk a lot on those topics of life, the meaning of life, and what happens afterwards. And to name three poets that he'd love to sesh with, one would be George Carlin, second is Maya Angelou, the third is Robert Frost, and it says to keep the vibes high and the laughs abundant. So that's it. For Dylan.
That sounds like something we could all get behind, right?
Dylan's, yeah, he's got some good taste.
Dylan's getting it done.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, couldn't be here, but that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you guys.
Should we have Chris read about himself?
Oh, right.
That's so
no,
meta.
no. Yeah, should we? Yeah.
Do you even know what you said?
Nope.
No. Oh, all right. We should
I
make
wrote
him
this
read
late
it
at
word
night,
for
realizing
word.
that I forgot to write it. So,
There we go.
see, Chris Caruso. Brief bio. I really don't even remember what I wrote. Let's see. New Jersey native, spent a few decades out west, reader and writer of poetry, low-grade artist, lover of tattoos, and consumer of cannabis. Whether it was as a college professor or a dispensary owner, I strive to educate and help to improve the lives of those in my community. That sounds pretty impressive. So, my connection to poetry and literary arts. I have 2 MFAs in creative writing poetry, and I was a creative writing professor at several universities for about a decade before I got into this. I'm also a published poet, so it's kind of my connection to the arts. I've always been involved with visual arts, as well as the written arts for probably most of my life, so it's always been something near and dear to me that I always spend a lot of time being involved with, and in my better times, creating. Let's see, my favorite quote, I would have to say it's by Keats, who was one of the English romantic poets. It's one of my favorite periods of creativity writing, but Keats kind of had this theory as the poet as a chameleon, someone that sits on the wall and watches the world and creates from what they see and what they witness in others. And I think this was really interesting because it's a strengthening of one's intellect is to make up one's mind about nothing, to let the mind be a thoroughfare of all thoughts. And that's by Keats, and I think that really sums up what the arts in general, not just poetry, are. It's something that you keep yourself open to the experiences and you let the experiences dictate what you create. And that's kind of how my interpretation of that goes. 3 poets, Asa Berg, William Blake, and Gertrude Stein. Pretty simply, all these writers, their works touch on either the surreal, the spiritual, the mystical, sometimes all in one. And I think getting together with them, session with them, would be a fun experience to discuss creativity, spirituality, the surreal, and kind of how language can push the boundaries and create these new things and discover these new things. So, yeah, that's me.
That's just you.
That's just me.
No?
You know, yeah.
Published literary genius.
No, not quite. Soon, eventually, the world will realize what a genius I was, but not today.
Oh, really?
Thank you all.
Oh, no, thank you, Chris. Thank you for having us up here and having the event and just, it's a fantastic day, right?
It was fun.
It was great, man. You know?
Announce
You're all
the
good.
winner.
Slowly creeping out of frame there, right? I love it. Everybody's leaving there. We're leaving this high and dry, yeah, so.
Ready?
Oh, are we ready to
Ready?
do the winners? I think so.
Join me, 'cause
Do you
I-
want to?
I hate to stand here by myself. It's more fun. So we have our,
I'll just creepily stand over the shoulder.
we have our runner-up.
Okay. I'll let you
Would you like to announce our runner-up? What's it? Oh.
Okay, so our runner-up, the name of the poem is Finding Creativity by Christian Parisi. Congratulations.
Come on up here.
Come on up, Christian.
We have a cash prize courtesy of Fernway and your printed poem.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm like, okay.
Come in the shop.
Just move over a little. There you go,
There
perfect.
you go.
Crowd in.
So
Perfect.
this is the winner, right?
This is
Winner,
the
winner.
This
winner
is
of the
the-
formal judging portion.
This is the winner of the formal judging portion. The poem's title is Yesterday by Chelsea Ditchman. And I probably butchered your last name. I apologize for that, but come on up. Let's go. Damn it. Duchem. There you go.
Big congratulations, Chelsea.
And this is what,
Oh, by the way, this is what you're.
show.
We'll show everyone.
Oh,
what
yeah, look at,
it's going to look like in especially branded packaging. Yep.
so Chelsea's gonna get
Can we show the?
her frame, absolutely.
Let's bring it up closer.
Absolutely, bring it right up on there. Back, there you go.
There you go.
So you see there, you see Chelsea's poem, and yeah, that's going to be published and on dime bags from Love Grow, right? Love Grow Cannabis is going to supply the cannabis for the flower for the dime bags there, and yeah, and it's going to be published in, I don't know which issue, but
We don't
in
know either.
Upcoming issue.
but an upcoming issue of multi-state across the dispensaries across the Northeast. Fat Nugs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that? Congratulations. Published. There you go. Published.
And
Congratulations,
we also
Chelsea.
want to mention the winner of the People's Choice Award.
People's Choice Award.
Same winner, Chelsea,
How-
yesterday.
How about that?
So BVN thanks you. Thanks to everybody for all the donations that were given in honor in everybody's poem. So come on up. A big congratulations
like to
again.
say-
You want to say something?
Please, come on up.
Take the spotlight. Go ahead.
No, I mean, thank you so much. I feel kind of like a jerk for taking 2, but thank you. Thanks for the votes. Thank you for running the contest. This is really cool. I can't believe I'll be a published author in Fat Nugs magazine. That's so awesome. No, this was really cool.
Dime bags.
Dime bags, baby. Yeah, I gotta get one of those.
You got,
so,
you're gonna
yeah.
get,
Realize
you're gonna have,
stoners have been reading your work.
marijuana is gonna be named after you.
Get out of here.
That's it.
Yeah,
You're gonna,
it's
you're
too
gonna
much.
walk into a dispensary and go, I want mine.
Yeah, give me my
Thank you
dime
very
bag.
much. I
No,
want
this
my
is
dime
awesome.
bag.
Yeah, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
I think that was awesome.
Is that a wrap?
Wow, how about that? Well, thank you so much for everybody coming out and 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 being done. Thank you so much, Sonia, Deb, Chris.
Thank you.
I subscribe for Fernway. Fernway's still ripping up Dick
Shout
over
out to
there.
Fernway.
Fernway and everybody else.
Shout out to Love Grow for the
Love
dime
Grow.
bags.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Dispensary guy for.
the dispensary guy.
Thank you so much for having me. You know, we can't do it. Thanks for all your support. Fat Nugs magazine, check that out. Check it out in your local dispensary. They got your copy of Fat Nugs.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to our awesome team who kept the dispensary going.
And the whole time we've been doing this, there's been bud tenders over there serving the public, getting it done, being as quiet as they possibly could, but doing a great job. Thank you so much, guys, for everything. And you know,
Good times.
thank you so much for having me. So yeah, so we will see you at the next one, right?
Awesome. Hopefully we're gonna have some more of you.
Yeah, we might do
Maybe
that.
once a month we're gonna have you come down. Still gotta chat about that.
We gotta,
Oh,
we gotta
oh,
tease. You gotta tease. You gotta tease. Shh.
Oops.
Sonia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's awesome, right? What a great time, Chris and Deb and everybody.
Had
Thank you
fun.
so much.
Thanks a lot.
That's awesome. I'm going to pull your speakers out there. I'm going to finish up the show out here. Everybody, thank you so much for coming out. And I'm just going to do this for you guys, and then I'm going to finish. There
Yeah,
you go.
man.
You guys got nothing out there now, right? You good?
Correct.
All right, excellent. Hey, everybody, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me today. Dispensary Guy live Dank Poet Dispensary. How about that, man? Did we have fun? We had a good time, right? It was awesome. Sorry, we tried our best to get everything going. We lost the sound there a couple of times, but what are you going to do, man? You know what I mean? We're out, we're live, we're ripping and we're running. But that's so great that we were able to do that. Dank Poet Dispensary, 245 East Washington Ave, Washington, New Jersey. Yeah, so thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Let's check the chat out here. Unfortunately, we got it. CJ, boom, boom. CJ, thanks so much for stopping by. I got somebody here that says that he's going to take you down. All right? CJ, you better watch out. Dank Poet said they're coming for your trophy, CJ. Hardcore. Don't you doubt them. All right? That's awesome. And, yeah, we're stopping that stigma everywhere all the time. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Remember, Fernway, Love Grow, Fernway 2.0 Community Tour. We're going to be wrapping it up pretty soon here. We got Love Grow. Thanks so much. Shout out Fat Nugs Magazine. All right, getting it done. Hopefully we'll have them on the show at some point in time here. We were a little busy today to send out a link and everything else, but shout out to Fat Nugs Magazine for getting it done. They're all over. Really good stuff. Some good articles and everything else, and they will publish the winner, Chelsea's Poem winner, People's Choice winner, and winner by a panelist of judges that are esteemed. Brian from Fernway, thank you so much, buddy. Have a great day, night. Be safe, drive. I will see you down South Jersey at Atlantic City, everybody. We're going to be catching up at Atlantic City. We'll be moving up here, but join us live this Wednesday night, again, back in the chair. We will be back in the chair, set all this back up again, and we'll do that, and we'll see where we end up. So we got a lot going on, and I hope everybody enjoyed this live look at Dank Poet Dispensary. I wish I could reach out and turn the camera. I could yell real quick. Hey, Chris, why don't you do me a solid and turn that white camera and show everybody in here? Yeah, just spin it around so the audience can see. Yeah. So we can see. There we go. Dank Poet Dispensary here. You look around, see everybody. Isn't it awesome? We see Sonia over there and Brian from Fernway checking it out. Really, really a good stuff. And we have everybody hanging out. You see the poets over there having a great time. Fernway and their new setup there, and back all the way around. And here we are with the dispensary guy. Thanks. So you're hired, Chris. If you ever need another job, you can come work for me for free all day long. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Take care. Remember to like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Come to Dank Poet for all your friendly cannabis needs, supporters of the arts, and everything else just like that, and stopping that green stigma. And just because we're on the road, you don't think I got him, do you? You know he's coming. It's one. It's the only. It's a Manis. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Hey, everybody, we like to have a lot of fun every week on the Dispensary Guy, but remember, we got to stop that green stigma. Nobody should be in jail for cannabis. Thanks for watching. Fight that green stigma. Don't be afraid to raise that voice up. And damn the man, Rex Manning Day. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe out there. We'll see you in the next one. It's over.